us to accomplish according to His purpose. We are to thrive in our lives and businesses and ministry while creating a legacy of abundance and good works for His glory. I'm Lisa Dale, a contemporary Christian business and life coach, founder of LifeWalk GPS. I help Christians ready to transition from unsure to confident by allowing them to identify the purpose God has for them based on their unique gifts, personalities, and strengths, ensuring they get it right and create the life, business, or ministry that God designed them to be.
Success is in you. Did you know that you were strategically equipped and designed to be successful? Guess what? At the beginning of Exception for all of us, God equipped all of us and designed all of us with purpose and equipped us to be successful. You're no different. You're no different than me. I am a mother of 5 children. Actually, I was a young mother trying to raise 5 children, trying to handle a marriage, an abusive marriage, trying to work 3 jobs, trying to battle being not only a Black woman, but being a woman in corporate America amongst others, trying to balance all of that and still find my purpose in life. I always ask myself, how long would it be before I become successful? When was it going to happen? Why hasn't it happened yet? When is it going to take place? All these questions I beat myself up about, because on the outside looking in, as people who are watching me from the outside, they assume that, guess what? She has the perfect marriage because they didn't see the abuse in the marriage. She had the perfect life. She didn't have to struggle because I made everything look so easy. She had the perfect job, but they didn't understand the hell that I was going through, trying to always be a step ahead of the game when it came to my coworkers or people that were on my level in supervision. They didn't see that part. They didn't see any of that. Only thing they assumed, because of what society portrays as success, is what they define as success. But me, and when I go home and have to go back to my everyday life, I was broken. I was messed up from the floor up. My mind was everywhere because I knew that God equipped me to do something great, but I didn't want to just do these great things just for everybody else and forget about myself. So God whispered to me one day, and I can hear it as clear as day. He told me, Tanya, you were strategically equipped and designed by me to be successful, but it's up to you to believe that. It's up to you to take accountability. It's up to you to dig deep within yourself and accept you for being simply who you are. You do not have to be every and anything to everybody. You just need to be true to yourself. And when I start listening and I started checking myself and not feeling bad for wanting to be more than people stated I should be, wanting to do more than I was already doing, wanting to step outside of my comfort zone and be in a better place when it came to being more financially stable for my children, being able to provide things that they weren't accustomed to getting, being able to walk away from a 20-year marriage of abuse throughout that marriage, being able to walk away from corporate America, dealing with the abuse of men that I work with that no one ever knew about. God strategically equipped all of us to be successful, but success is not divine or defined by material things. Success is not defined by what people think about you. Success is not defined by what others think you should do and what others think you should be. Success is only defined by what you think about you, how you feel about you, how you see you when you look in the mirror, not when anyone else looks in the mirror. Success is in you, but it's up to you to pull it out. It's up to you to pull it on the showcase. It's up to you to let the world know you did not give me success, because God already put success within me. It's up to me to show up for me now. So I encourage you, I challenge you to take accountability, personally evaluate yourself. Take a look at yourself seriously in the mirror every single day, because I had to do that for myself. And tell yourself, I am what God designed me to be. I am what I think about me. I am great. I am beautiful. I am whatever I say I am about me. And until I start speaking positive things unto me, I can't change my situation or my circumstances. So I challenge you, and I challenge all of you or anyone that's listening. Success is not what people say. Success is not you. Success is already instilled in you. It's just time for you to step out on faith, check yourself, evaluate yourself. If you need to get someone to help you with your personal development, seek that help. But get to a place where you can find the ultimate level of success. And the ultimate level of success is a peace of mind. And when you find that peace of mind within yourself, you'll be at peace with who you are. You will be at peace with your inner person. You'll be at peace whatever comes your way. You will find a level of success within yourself, and you won't have to worry about what people think. You don't have to worry about what people say. You can get up and go ahead and start that business. You can get up and go ahead and finish schooling. You can get up and go and be whatever you want to be. But it's up to you to understand that your success is not centered on what other people think and what other people feel or what other people say you should be or where you should go. Success is in you, and you determine how successful you are based on what you allow, what you tolerate, who you listen to. So make sure that you're doing all the things that you need to do, not for anyone else, but doing it for you. And when I got to the place where I was just happy, just waking up every day, showing up for me, just happy being Tanya, and not just being the mother, being the wife, being the employee, being the motivator, being the teacher, being everything that everybody else needed from me. And I started just being who I needed to be for myself. I found the ultimate peace. Now I'm in a happy marriage. Now my children are set up financially where they understand the importance of finding a level of peace so they can be situated and be able to pass that down to their children. So what I'm saying to you guys, success is not you. Success is in you. And don't let nobody fool you. It's up to you now to make the decision to step out on faith and change the things that you can change. And the things that you can't change, challenge yourself to overcome those fears, overcome all of those obstacles. Get up, stop procrastinating, stop being lazy, stop doing the things that's causing you to not be able to be successful. It's all up to you guys now. So I challenge you and I encourage you to step out, do something different, try something different, be something different, love yourself different, service yourself better, be accountable for your actions, hold yourself responsible. It's all up to you. No one can make you successful. It's up to you to make yourself successful. But always remember that it's already instilled in you. It's just up to you to let it out. And the time is now. The time is right now that you get up, stand up, step up, show up, and show out, not for anyone else, but do it for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm clapping for you. I'm excited about what God is going to do in your life. I'm excited about it all. So I encourage you once again, step up, show up, and do whatever it takes to get you at a place of perfect peace within yourself. And once you get to that place, I promise you, I know that things will start lining up. Success will meet you at the door. Doors will open. People will come. People will pour into you. Lives will be changed. Testimonies will be made. All of this stuff will find you, and you won't have to run after success. Success will show up at your door, because guess what? It's already in you, and it's just waiting for you to open the door and let it out so that more stuff can come in. So you guys, find the success that's in you. It's not going to be easy. It's hard work. It's hard work when you have to check yourself and hold yourself to a higher standard of excellence. But it's something that you got to do if you want to be successful, because no one can do it for you. And no one is going to hold your hand. No one is going to be there when you're up crying. No one is going to be there when you're frustrated. No one is going to be there when you're trying to figure it out. So make sure you get yourself mentally equipped. Get your heart mentally set. Get yourself in a place where you're at peace with whatever comes. And once you do that, you'll learn that you can fight off anything. You can battle any obstacle that may come your way. And you'll be able to come out on the good end. So once again, you guys, success is not you. Success is already in you. And I want you to step up and let it out. Let it out in the world, because there are so many people that need to hear your voice. There are so many people that need to know that, guess what? If I can do it, so can you. And I know if I can come from a lot of trauma, abuse, and be successful, why can't you? We're all given the same hours in a day. We're no different. But if you do not apply yourself, if you do not execute, and you do not stay the course, you can't have everything God has already equipped you with and instilled in you. So get up, you guys. Show up for yourself. Show up for your own success. You determine your success. I can't determine your success. Only thing I can do is encourage you to be more successful. But I want you to find you. And once you find you, success will automatically gravitate toward you. So success is not you, guys. It's not you. Success is in you, because you are strategically equipped to succeed. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You are destined for greatness. So get up. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's start now. Let's start now to get you to the place that you need to be. I'll see you on the other side of Success Boulevard, because guess what? It's all in you. And I'm waiting to see what you're going to do with it. Thank you.
Through traumatic relationships or divorce, and I help them get to the next stage of their life. I help them figure out the process of going from hurt, going from frustrated, into owning their success and building their businesses. And why do I do this? Because this was me. This was my story. You see, It was at one point where I was married. I was married for 17 years. And it was a rocky relationship, very rocky relationship, ups and downs. You know, we get married. We don't know in the beginning. You know, we get married because we think we're in love with someone. We think that person is going to be the one. We've done our homework, right? We're young. We figured it out. We have all the answers. They're telling us the right thing. We say, I do. And then we realize that down the line that, wait a minute, I might not have thought this through. You know, things are not going the way I wanted them to go. Things are not happening in the manner in which I envisioned a marriage should be. I envision a marriage where we're going to be everlasting. We're going to work it out and figure it out together. We know we're going to have hard times. Yes, we're going to have hard times, but we love each other, right? And we'll work it out. And then the children come. And then jobs come, finances come. And then you find yourself going through some times where all of a sudden you're being berated. You see, in my 17 years of marriage, you know, we thought we had all the answers. I never figured that I'd be in a marriage and end up in jail. You heard that right, in jail for 2 days, domestic violence. Who wants to get married and then go to jail? Who wants to get married and then realize that the person that you're with is toxic for you? That's not a marriage, but there's no blueprint for this, right? We don't know. We just have to try to figure it out. So I remember one day we got into this really, really big argument, really, really nasty. And the one thing I always said was, we would never, ever, ever do this in front of the children. The kids were the safe zone because they're innocent in the process, right? They don't know what's going on. They just see mommy and daddy. They're loving each other. They're supposed to be there for each other, setting the example. But what they did not see was mommy going upstairs to her room and crying every night. What they did not see was mommy coming home from work and sitting in the driveway, sitting in her car, not wanting to go inside the house. What they did not see was every time they turned their backs, I was crying deeply inside because I was just struggling to figure out, where did I go wrong? Where did we go wrong? How many have you ever felt this way? Have you ever been in a relationship where it all started out really good? You thought you had all the answers. You were doing everything right. You were doing everything right. He was saying the right things. It sounded good at first. You guys were good. You guys are good, going on vacations together, just being there for each other. And then it wasn't. And then you weren't. And then you're looking at yourself, you're turning around and like, who am I? That's the one question at the end of everything is, who am I? Because we live for everyone else. We live for the children and making sure they're okay. We live for the spouse, even though they're not giving us what we want. We live for them and making sure that they're okay. We live to make sure that there's dinner on the table, the kids are fed, because you know what? In some relationships, you may be married, but you're not really in a committed relationship. You may be married, but you're really dating because you're doing it all alone. You're doing it all alone. And that was me. That was me. And I could not figure out for the longest what was going on. And the one thing I always say in any relationship, you never say, I would never. You know, we get into this before we get married, like, look, if he ever did that, I will never. That would be the breaking point. Oh, I'm leaving him if he did. Well, guess what? I was in jail. It was only 2 days. Let's not think that it was something long. It was only 2 days. But nonetheless, I was in jail. And then what most people would say, oh, I go to jail for him, I'm gone. I was there. I stayed. And we do that for many reasons, right? There's no fault, there's no guilt, there's no shame. We should not hold that, but we do it for so many reasons. We do it for the kids, we do it for the finances, we do it for, you know, the life that we're living. We're doing it because we don't have the finances. We're doing it because we can't figure it out. We're doing it for so many reasons, but we stay. But then it comes to a point where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You get sick and tired of night. You get sick and tired of lying to yourself. You get sick and tired of showing up outside, putting on that happy face. You know how we do. We go outside and we put on that big face like everything is okay. Somebody asks you, okay? Yeah, I'm good. Everything is good. Husbands, oh, he's just fine. Yeah, yesterday we had a great conversation. But you get tired of it. And that's what I did. I got tired of it. So it was that one time. We got into a heated argument. It was always over something trivial. I think it was because we were, I don't even remember, it was a movie theater or something or another, but it was a topic, but it was not the issue, the underlying issue, the root cause of what was going on. It was another topic, but it was so many topics, but this was the topic of all. This was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. And I remember going to him and I said, this is the last time you're going to talk to me in that manner and treat me in that way. And I remember walking out of the room. And at that time I had walked up into the room. He was sitting on the bed and we had just gotten home from the movie theater. Like I was saying, we had just gotten home from the movie theater. And I was just, on the way back from the movie theater, I mean, he was cutting into me, into my soul, just really, really going in about something that he was upset with. And I was upset because the kids were in the back. And that was the breaking point. And he went upstairs to the room. I walked up those stairs. I walked into the room and I stood in front of him. And I said, this is the last time you would speak to me in that manner. And I walked out of that room and I heard him shut the door behind me, slam the door behind me. And I heard the cursing of, I was everything except the name that my mother gave me. And I remember walking down those stairs and I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And I went downstairs and I sat on the couch and I told myself, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to figure this out and I'm gonna have to make it work, but I will figure it out. And I remember sitting there with my hands in my head in my hands on the couch, feeling broken and powerless. And I said, I'm done. And then I heard someone suddenly say, Mommy, are you okay? And I looked up and it was my daughter staring at me with worry in her eyes. You see, like I said, for those 17 years with my kids, whenever they saw that, I was able to say, no, I'm okay. Mommy's good. Nah, we just good. Mom and Dad are just having a little argument. We're okay. What do you want for dinner? And change the subject. But that day, no, I didn't. I put on a smile. I said, you know what? No, I'm not okay, but we're going to be okay. And it was in that moment I took, and that's when I made the plan. I said, today is the day where I put me first. Today is the day where I look out for my safety. Today is the day where I look out for my security and my kids' security. That was the first time I uttered those words to her. And that was the one time I felt so in power. So what did I do? I made a plan. I came up with a plan. And at that moment I said, my marriage is over. It's done. 17 years, I'm done. So I put together my exit strategy. We can't just do it. The one thing I had to do was figure out what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. And I had to put my kids in the forefront. They were the most important to me at that moment. How can I make sure that I do this for my safety, their security? And that's exactly what I did. I made up my mind and I found me a place. And it took me some time, but I was okay with it. I was okay with all the drama that was still going on. I was okay because I had made up my mind that it was time to go. And I found me a place and we moved. The very next month we moved, I packed up my kids and I took what I needed. The one thing I say to ladies, when you're going through these situations is the bickering. No need to bicker. If you've made up your mind, no need to bicker over anything. You pack your stuff and you leave. That's it. You want the refrigerator, keep it. You want the couch, keep it. Because you know what? God will provide you with everything that you need and whatever you need going forward. And that's exactly what he did. I found me a place. Let me tell you, I had never slept so good in my life. I didn't realize that what I was missing. I didn't realize that when I got in my bed and that night and was able to go to sleep and put my head on that pillow and slept like a baby. Didn't even have all my furniture. Didn't even, kids had theirs. I was okay with the little bit that I did have, because what I know I had was a peace of mind. I had peace and security, and I was okay. I was just elated just to be able to be laying there by myself, not having to worry about somebody nagging me at night about what they need, what they want, what they desire, that I no longer cared about. I was living the life that I wanted to live, and I was so, so happy. My kids were safe. I was safe. Look, this is the way it should be. This is the way life should be. This is the way I was born to be. I was born to be happy and be okay. I wasn't born to be with someone who's going to bring me down, and neither are you. Neither are you. That's not a marriage. You're not property. But then after a while, I'm living in bliss and I'm good. And then you realize, wait a minute, I went from a 2-parent household to one. I went to a 2-income household to one. Hold on, I got to figure out how to make this work. I got food, clothing, college coming up, extracurricular activities. I had all that I had to take care of, because you may not be getting a lot of financial help when you're in that status, right? But we got to make it work. And that's what we do as ladies. That's what we do. We rise to the occasion. So what did I do? I started looking at ways to make an income. I had a good job, but I needed a way to make sure that I was secure going forward. So I started looking at ways to make another income. And that's when I started to put the plans together to build my own business. And in that process, additionally, is looking for someone that's going to help me get out of that position, because I had never been there. I had no one to turn to. I didn't know who can I turn to ask, hey, how do you maneuver through this process of going through a separation and divorce? What do you do? How do you do it? I have all these emotions. What do I do with this? I found myself, even though I was in bliss, I was crying still in my bathroom, because I did not know how to process those emotions. I felt violated. I felt lost. I felt confused. Have you ever felt this way? Have you ever felt like your world was just shattered? You were with someone for 17 plus years. That was supposed to be your one and only, your I do forever. And it's gone. And in that moment, I needed help and I could not find help. And let me tell you, I searched high and low for someone to help me out, and I could not find anyone. No one. So I finally found a therapist. Thank God for therapists. And I went to a therapist. And then after that, I was like, okay, now what do? I have all these things that I want to do in life. I want to build this business, but where the heck do I start? And I found someone who was actually able to coach me through it. And let me tell you, I don't care what anybody says, you cannot do it alone. I could not do it alone, because I was so emotionally with the process, but I figured it out. It took me a long time. Even with the coaching, I had to spend a whole lot of money on personal development, books and seminars and classes, and just so much pouring into me to make sure that I was okay mentally, spiritually, physically, so that I can build that financial fortune. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I built this business for me. And what business is that? I am now providing the services to people who were in my situation and do not have the person to reach out to. I became the person that I was looking for. I became the coach that I needed. I became the therapist. Because let me tell you, in my business, it's not about, I knew what I had to go for a therapist, but let me tell you what I realized that I needed. I needed someone sometimes who was a mother who wasn't a mother, a friend who wasn't a friend, a sister who wasn't a sister. I needed that person that I can go to, put everything in there and not have to worry about feeling judged or anything. Not have to worry about somebody sitting up in here going back and spinning my conversation back on me. I needed that safety, and I became that safety for women. I became that savior. I became that white flag. I became that person to give you what you need to get you to the next level and help you get through and build your businesses. And let me tell you, my ladies are kicking ass out here. My ladies, they've gone through and didn't realize what that the conversation with me, we're going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to figure out I'm going to help you figure out what it is that you own in that process, because it's no longer about him. It's about you. And it's about you figuring out, okay, what's my accountability in that? What is the lesson that I was supposed to learn in that? That's part of the spiritual growth that we go through, and the mental growth in it. What is the lesson that God was trying to tell me? Because there's a lesson in everything for you to get to your blessing. And I help ladies get to that. And they have had some phenomenal revelations, just like myself. I didn't realize that I was supposed to be this person for someone else. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I was supposed to be sitting here teaching people marketing and sales. What? That's not me. I was an IT auditor. That's not, marketing and sales wasn't me. But I'm showing my ladies how to do that now, because what I believe is every woman should have a business. Every woman should have a business. Why? Because you want to get to a point where your next person that you're going to be with, because I don't rule out love, but you want to set yourself up so that the next time you are so holistic that you're not putting your all into someone. That person compliments you, that person brings something to the table, but you have to be your own person. You got to define who you are. Who do you want to be in this life? What do you want to do? Everyone has something. Everyone. And what I found that ladies do is when you get into marriages and you don't know who exactly you are, what exactly you want, what exactly you bring into the table, then you're relying on other entities to give you that, and you're coming up incomplete. You're coming up short. You start relying on your kids and living through them, but you're not fulfilling yourself. You start expecting your spouse to do more, but you're not doing anything for yourself. And you know that you should, because we all have these ideas of what we want to do, but we put it on the back burner. Well, it's time, you know what? It's time to go dust that off the shelf, and I help you get it. I help you figure it out, and I help you get to that next level. Because it's all about empowering you. It's all about you being bold and reigniting the person that you are. I'm going to help you release those pains from the past. I'm going to help you reclaim exactly who you are mentally and physically. Yeah, we're going to get your body right and your mind right, because that's all in one when it comes to owning your own business. And then we're going to try to figure out, what's your financial plan, honey? It doesn't even have to be building a business, because I'll show you how to build a business, but I'll also show you how to get that next position that you want in your job, how to set yourself up for success. And let me give you the key to that right now. The key to setting yourself up for the next level is your mental state and taking accountability for yourself. Now, let me tell you, if you don't do anything else with me, take that with you. Take that. Own your mental state and be consistent in anything that you do. Anything. But let me tell you, don't go at it alone, honey. Don't go at it alone. It's just not. You have so much to give in this world. We have so much that we have to offer. But I want you to declare it. I want you to say, to declare it to yourself right now, that no one else has, right at this moment, say no one else has any control over you. You're going to take back full control over who you are. Take back your control. Speak it, write it out. Because there's a power in speaking and there's a power in writing it out. Declare it. Own it. Take accountability for exactly who you are. Listen, we go through this, and one of the common questions that I get from people is, Tanya, can you help me rebuild myself? Can you help me figure it out? And my answer is always a resounding, yes, I can. I can help you rebrand yourself. Because that's what it's all about. Rebranding who you are. We think of branding in terms of, a business that you're running. That's the front end. That's all. I mean, that's the back end, baby. That's the best. That's the residual. You have to rebrand who you are and step into your greatness. You have to figure out, what do I want? How do I want to show up every day? How do I want people to talk about? What do I want to leave every time someone leaves, walks away from me? What's the impression that I want them to have? What's the feeling that I want them to have when they leave, when they encounter me? What is that? We know what we wanted for our kids, right? But for you, how do you want someone to walk away from you? Look, these are the things that we get through. And let me tell you, all my ladies, I tell them, when you leave me, when you come work with me, we are sitting there and we crying on, like you gonna think you're a therapist, but I am not a therapist. But you're gonna get to the nitty gritty. And then building your business is going to be, it's just going to go, because you're going to be so in tune to who you are as a woman and what your next step is. Everything else is just going to come easy. You just need the blueprint, and that's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you the blueprint. In my 3-step process, we have be mindful, we have be well, and be wealthy. And let me tell you, those 3 things, you're building the foundation. It doesn't matter the business, doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what your next step is. Your business could be your job, because that's a business too. I'm gonna show you how to think about that and how to do that. Your business could be anything, anything. Your business could be staying at home as a stay-at-home mom. Let me tell you, I'm just saying, this should look, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. But if you're having a hard time holding on, if you're holding on to that negative energy and you're not quite sure how to get to the next level, the possibility is this, because you deserve happiness. Anything is possible. Yes, anything is possible, because why? Just like I said, you deserve happiness. You deserve that peace of mind knowing that your kids are safe and secure. You deserve happiness because you deserve to be able to put yourself first and not feel guilty or feel any type of remorse about doing so. You don't feel guilty or shame or frustration. You don't owe it to anybody. You don't owe it to the in-laws or anyone. You deserve happiness. You deserve to live a life mentally, physically, and spiritually free. And with a financial abundance, it's so possible. And all you got to do is tap into who you are. You are worthy of everything that you have in life because you deserve happiness. You deserve everything that you are. So picture that day. Picture a day when you don't feel afraid to go home anymore. You don't feel afraid to walk up to your door, put your key in your door, and know that the people on the other side are so full of love. Your house is just full of love and abundance. Picture a day where you walk up to people outside and they're just like, what is it about you? You're glowing. You just look so good. Picture that day where you can just sit back and say, well, wait a minute, I can show you how to get there. Are you okay? And picture a day when you are just so full of joy that your kids are like, I see the change in you, mommy. Why didn't you do this a long time ago? Or I see the change in you, mommy. I like the new you. Picture that day. It's possible. You're worthy. Like I said, my name is Tanya, and I am a transformation strategist. I help you rebrand yourself because you deserve happiness. If you want any more information, please follow me. You can get in touch with me at tanyarobinson.net. That's tanya@tanyarobinson.net. And you can schedule your call with me. Call is free. Let's just schedule a breakthrough strategy. But I'm here to help you get to your next level. Remember, tanya@tanyarobinson.net. Thank you.